I very seldom do the Whitman sampler, the Russell Stover, I don't. Because I would eat the whole box, so
Okay.
I don't usually buy them. But if I bought them, I would just pretty much do them as gifts. And the chocolate plus more category was the added bonus of not only having chocolate, but having hazelnut, salt and caramel, blueberry, pistachio,
Right.
all the medley. I
Okay.
should have called it medley, but it had the medley of flavors.
Okay. And mini poppers?
And the mini poppers were all the ones that you can just sit and take individual bites out of. So there were all a variety of brands, but they're all with the intention of take one, eat it, then take another one and eat it, take another one and eat it. So there's the bites, the balls.
All right, Helen, talk to me.
The first one, I guess, was similar to what Corey had. I had the Corey, the bagged one-piece chocolate. So these are kind of the on-the-go chocolates. So I have all the bagged ones and Ghirardelli, Lindt, all together on one. So it's all the bagged chocolates. The second one was more the high-end chocolate bars.
Okay.
So I split it up into bars. So it's the Lindt, the Godiva, Ghirardelli, and green and black.
Okay.
Together.
So all the high ends are bars for you?
Yeah, actually, I would put the green and black somewhere else. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
And what made those high end?
Well, it's just Lindt, Godiva, Ghirardelli. It's not like something you could just find at a CVS or something like
Okay,
that.
so the brand thing and also kind of where you find it?
Right, with stores.
All right.
The other one I just named Accessible Easy Access Chocolate. So this is
Okay.
quick and easy.
All right.
So you have Russell Stover, the Kisses, the Hershey's Cadbury bars. I mean, we're just sport. I mean, I can always get those at the regular pharmacy or local stores.
Okay.
And the last one I put down was like specialty chocolate. I said one of a kind. So I had the green and black. I don't know what brand this black salt caramel bar. This yellow one, J. Cole,
Mhm.
and Divine.
Okay.
So that's kind of like in a specialty store. It's just not something you just go up to a store and just buy.
All right. Awesome. David, what about you?
Well, mine's pretty prosaic. I did basically on the packaging,
Okay.
but I made comments about them. First was the truffles in the bag,
Okay.
and those were easy to eat, and they're truffles, so they're special, more special than, I guess, the regular truffle. And then the boxed assortment,
Mhm.
which you have for occasions, as a gift,
Okay.
and more variety. They have complete variety.
Okay.
The dark chocolate bars, those are like all grouped in one. I don't know, for some reason I wrote better and more quality and preferable,
Okay.
but not really. I mean, it's just a personal preference. And then the dark chocolate bars with stuff in them,
Okay.
like hazelnut and caramel.
All right.
And then the milk chocolates, which were like, good, standard, sweeter
Alright.
than the dark. And the chocolate squares. And then the minis, the bags with just regular, with chocolate, the Kisses and the minis, and those were like easy to eat. And same as with the squares, bite size, easy to eat, keep for later, for company.
Okay.
And then the bags with stuff in them, like toffee and sea salt and bites, I don't know, sugar-free bites, I don't know, I guess there's less in there. Cranberry
Okay.
and aki. And then bark is in a classification by itself.
Okay.
It's
The bark stands
bark.
alone. So the truffles in a bag were different for you than the other kinds of things in a
Yeah, for
bag?
some reason, because I like truffles.
Okay. You mentioned the truffles were special,
Yeah,
but the boxes were sort of occasion or gift.
yeah.
Would you give the special things in a bag as a gift?
Maybe, but not not as a, like the boxes carry more weight as a gift, I think.
Okay.
I mean, I think just in traditionally,
Right.
you give a box of chocolates, like you bring it to an occasion, like maybe like a wedding,
Right.
I don't know, something more high occasion.
What other people think about what makes something a gift? Are there characteristics of of like the kinds of things that you see here that make something more of a gift than something else?
Uniqueness.
Okay.
It's kind of hard to just go into a person's home and bring a bar of chocolate.
Right, okay.
It just feels less than to me.
Okay.
Box
And you
chocolate's easy.
kind of never know what somebody likes, so, you know, what do I buy? Milk
Right.
chocolate, dark chocolate.
That's why you get the
So you get an
assortment,
assortment,
yeah.
and it covers all bases, and it,
Okay.
you know, the ones they don't like, someone else will eat.
Got it. All right. John, tell me about your groups.
I was extremely literal.
Okay.
Forgive me, I wasn't creative like the other.
That's
the rest of the
great.
group. I just basically sort of separated them into ingredients, put
Okay.
dark chocolate together, chocolate minis together, this nasty stuff I just have in its own category.
Sugar freeze by stands alone.
Oh my God, yes.
Okay.
Pure chocolate, dark chocolates, which would be my preference. I mean, basically, my preference, it would be pure chocolate, the truffles. Some of the assorted, I have assorted kids, that would not interest me, but assorted grown-up I liked, which was 46 and 48, which was these two here. I thought sounded interesting.
What does pure chocolate mean?
Chocolate and sugar.
Okay, so no flavors or,
I don't like fruit. I mean, actually cashews or pistachios sound interesting to me.
okay.
You know, salt, you know, something to counteract, but I don't want fruit, I don't want chocolate coated pretzels, I don't want any of that stuff. I just want pure chocolate.
Okay. And tell me a little bit about kids versus adult chocolates.
Kids are gonna have crunchy cookie kind of stuff inside,
Ah.
maybe with fruit. Quinoa is a little bit more grown up, I thought. It's doing the same thing as rice would do in a,
Okay.
I forget the name of the candy, the chocolate with the rice.
Mhm.
And, you know, the combination of caramel and salt, I thought, you know, that's pretty classic grown-up flavor. Well, caramel and chocolate is basically a Milky Way, but add salt and you're, you know, and it puts it somewhere else.
What do other people think about kids versus adult? Is there kids chocolate and adult chocolate?
Milk chocolate, I think, is kids' chocolate.
No, but I'm not seeing a lot of agreement, which is fine. I'm just scanning the room.
I'd be more likely to buy Hershey's for kids than Lindt or Ghirardelli because
Mhm.
of
Yeah.
the price point.
All right.
But I don't necessarily, when I go into the store, say, oh, I'm gonna buy this for so-and-so because it's a kid chocolate, and I'm gonna buy this for such and such a person because it's a older person chocolate. Never really thought about it that way.
Okay. I'm going to come around and take quick pictures of your families. So I'm going to start with Sue because hers are simple. So kind of just put them in their groups, fan them out a little bit so I can sort of see. Okay. All right. Come around, get John's here. Excellent.
This chocolate staring at me, I
Yeah.
can't take it.
I know, it's a very long
Really,
time
I'm
to sit and look
there.
at chocolates and not eat them.
Oh, yeah, this was chocolate. Get it? Kind of not organized. All right?
And- Yeah, that's fine. I just want to get a sense of it. All right. Okay. All right. So we talked a little bit about chocolate in boxes as opposed to sort of chocolate in sort of bags. How are chocolate in boxes different from chocolates in bags? Tell me a little bit more about that.
More formal, I think.
Okay. Okay.
And they're not as convenient, because sometimes they're not individually wrapped.
Mm.
They're like in a little You kind of have to eat them right away.
Right. Okay. What do you call what's in a box assortment? Are those also bites?
You mean like a Whitman sampler when you
Yeah,
say
like just like,
that?
no, I mean like what would you call the actual item that's inside, right? Like, so these are minis we talked about, and this is bark. It's just chocolate?
Yeah, chocolates.
Just
Chocolates.
Chocolates,
Yeah.
yes, yeah, I
Okay.
agree.
Okay. Alright. We talked a little bit about the sort of the ingredients. How does what's in the chocolate sort of affect your decision to buy it or eat it?
Because if I wouldn't eat it by itself, I wouldn't eat it in chocolate.
Okay.
Like I wouldn't eat a cranberry by itself. Therefore, I wouldn't eat the cranberry covered chocolate.
Okay. What do other people think?
Well, I read the ingredients on every food item I buy usually. And so I'm gonna look at this too, just to see what additional stuff is in there. And I'm gonna look for less. I mean, basically just chocolate and sugar would be ideal.
Okay. What about other people? How do the ingredients impact whether or not you want to buy or eat it?
I like real milk chocolate. I don't like when it's artificially flavored. I mean, it doesn't mean I'm not going to eat it because I might,
Okay.
but it just kind of turns me off. Like, why can't I have like real ice cream? Like they always say artificial flavor ice cream. It's
Right.
just kind of the same thing. If I'm going to indulge, I
eat
want
it,
to
I'm
indulge something real.
All right.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, if I'm gonna eat it, I want it to be real. I don't want any of that,
Right.
artificial stuff.
What about you, Corey?
I eat what I eat when I want.
All right.
If I got a taste for it right then and there, I got a taste for it. Ain't no, yeah.
And what about things like nuts and fruit and things like that? How does that
Berries.
change things for you?
It varies.
Yeah.
Certain fruits, like I don't particularly care for certain fruits. I wouldn't.
I feel the same way. I mean, I like chocolate covered, like strawberries or something
Okay.
specialty, but I'd rather just have milk.
And certain nuts.
Yeah,
Dark
my
chocolate,
sister
you know?
makes chocolate covered strawberries every
Yeah,
Christmas.
like,
and
if
she
it's
makes them
fresh
by
like
hand.
that,
Yeah,
I like it,
they're
but not to
great.
bite into a chocolate bar and have like raspberry on it. I don't
That's-
know, it's
yeah, that
kinda
would
gross
bother
for
me.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
like the fruits. Nuts
Yeah.
are okay, I'm okay. Certain kinds.
So we're generally anti-fruit. Anybody a big fruit
Yeah,
lover?
with chocolate, to me personally, yeah, I'm not a big fruit.
Okay. But
I'd rather
nuts
have
maybe.
nuts.
Yeah, I'd rather
Me
have
too.
that.
I agree.
The only
do
time
them-
I've had fruit in chocolate was with the Cadbury, but it really was just raisins.
Yeah, and I was okay with that. That's actually my favorite, which is strange.
The Cadbury
Yeah.
with the raisins and the nuts in it. It was
Yeah.
really good.
John?
Chocolate covered. You know, I mean, I agree. I mean, I would eat, if it's fresh fruit,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, with chocolate,
Like
dipped in
banana
chocolate, oh my
chocolate.
God, that would be, that's like, that's
Okay.
something else. But I don't necessarily want to buy it out of a package like that. I don't think I would be
Yeah,
drawn
that
to
would be
it.
kind of gross.
Yeah,
It's
that would be
actually
nasty.
pretty. This is pretty okay. It's okay. It's not my first choice.
All right. All right, I'm gonna have you do another grouping. Now that I've done that. All right. So. Okay. So now I want you to take your cards and put them into groups of when you would eat them. Now, when you would eat them could mean different things to different people. Some people that's going to be like a seasonal thing, that might be time of day, that might be never and always, but it's up to you guys how you figure it out. And I'm going to give you sheets again to write it all down. And like before, you know, gut feelings, people. It's
I could have just added this to like part of the first one.
Right.
Yeah, like the same thing.
Actually, come to think of it, my answer probably remains the same.
all right. That's,
Might eat them, would not eat them.
right. Let's see, think of something different then, just,
No, I'm gonna make one for it.
alright. One more minute, guys. All right, Corey, tell me about the when you eat them groups for you.
When I eat them,
Mhm.
whenever I want chocolate, pretty much. Whenever I want chocolate, I grab pretty much like my Kisses, like 38, 41, 37.
Mhm.
You know, that's very much my go-to. You know, it's not no pretty much thought to those.
Okay.
And when I want to be generous, I guess you could say, or be willing to share with others, I
Okay.
grab like 43, 45, 12. More or less the ones I could share with people.
Okay.
33, 52. Yeah. And when I want assortment or a little bit of everything,
Mhm.
23, 20, 22. I guess you could say 4. So I guess it's a little more of assortment of different assortments of different things. So that's pretty much how I went at it.
Okay. And tell me again what makes something shareable?
Shareable. Shareable is more, I guess, bags, something that's separate, nothing that's like a bar, I guess you could say, something that's more of a good, something that's wrapped individually,
Okay.
yeah, for others.
All right. Jody, what about you?
First category was once in a while decadence.
Okay.
So that was the organic chocolate, the divine, you know, the higher end Godiva, Lindt, Cadbury, the more upscale, I guess, chocolate.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about, so what makes it sort of decadent for you?
Because to me, like Hershey's is the staple of milk chocolate, but when you
Okay.
get into Lindt and Ghirardelli and Cadbury, you've stepped it up to a whole other level in terms of the
Okay.
taste. So that's why it's decadent.
Okay.
Then I did TV Time, which would be my Hershey's.
Okay. Why are those TV time?
Because the Kisses, you can sit and watch a show, and in 30 minutes you go through the whole bag.
Okay.
And I just associate, it's just comforting for me. It's
Okay.
like having popcorn. It's, you know,
And those are all Hershey's
those are all
products
Hershey,
for you?
they're all Hershey's for me.
Okay.
This is company time. Again, the Russell Stover and the 7 and 36,
Okay.
because they're shareable with company guests.
Okay. What about,
Um,
why just boxes for company time and not, say, bags for company time?
I just think it looks less than when you walk in with a little bag. I don't know,
Okay.
they don't, any of the bags that I've seen, I would be embarrassed, I guess. I
Okay.
don't know.
Got
That sounds kind of snobbish, I'm not a snob.
No,
It sounds
I'm-
kind of snobbish to walk in with a Hershey box or a Hershey bar versus Lindt or Cadbury, or it has a different connotation, it just takes it to a whole other level.
Okay.
And then, for some odd reason, I put all of the things in the baggables
Okay.
as what I called on-the-go assortment. So even though some of them I probably could sit like the bites and eat
Okay.
at TV time, or just reading a magazine or a book or something, this to me was, it's very easy for on-the-go. So I pulled all of the things that are in the bags, regardless of whether they were just pure chocolate or they had chocolate and something else in them, and in point of fact, they all had something more than just chocolate in them.
All right. Let me ask the rest of the group in terms of the chocolate you eat at home versus the chocolate you take with you versus like what you might eat at the office. Are these different kinds of chocolates?
No.
Similar to the same.
Not really, I mean, I'll get a bar of like, dark chocolate, you know, walking home and, you know, have it at home,
Okay.
or, you know, or if it's available. Or if a Hershey bar, you know, if you can't find it, I'll get a Hershey bar.
Okay. So you don't think of any particular kind of chocolate as being better for a different particular place?
Not per se, no.
Okay. Okay. And I also wanted to check on something. So Jody, you mentioned that the organic chocolate was kind of in your premium
Decadent.
group. What do people think about organic? What does organic mean?
More money.
Okay.
Right.
Different process
Like
in terms of
John,
how they make it.
like John said, a lot of less additives.
Yeah, more natural.
Just like really
Okay.
chocolate and sugar, nothing.
Not as
Extra.
accessible, it'll be in a specialty store.
Okay.
Trader Joe's, Whole Foods.
So, more expensive,
Harder
more,
to find.
more natural, did I hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, not as easy to find. I think one of you said something about the process.
Yeah, I said, there's a different process.
Okay.
It's like organic sweet potatoes is, not that they make them, but there's a different process to that than a regular sweet potato. And there's a different taste,
Okay.
if you've tried both, so.
Do you have a
one has to
sense of
assume
what the
that changes
process, how the process would be
I
different?
don't really
Okay.
know, but I do know that there's something different about what they spray it with or what they mix it with, but I'm not a food
No
person.
fructose.
Is it no fructose?
Well, I think that's my conjecture.
Oh.
Okay,
You know, like some chocolate, I don't know if they put, you know, I think it should be just sugar and chocolate.
do you care if your chocolate bar is organic or not?
No.
No.
I don't
Not
want
all the
organic
time, no.
chocolate.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
I've tasted organic chocolate bars and I don't think they taste the same. That's
Okay.
just my personal opinion. They have a different aftertaste to me.
Who want an organic Hershey's?
The whole point of
I don't
right, the
think
whole point
they
of
sell.
candy in itself is,
Right.
because you
Yeah,
know that's
yeah,
like
enjoy it.
that's something out of the
Yeah.
use.
Strip it down to nothing
Yeah.
and eat it, no, I'm all right.
Like, you might as well just eat fruits or
If
something.
you're gonna eat chocolate,
Eat chocolate.
go for it.
Yeah.
That's like smoking an organic cigarette in my theory. Like, if
Right,
you're gonna have
okay.
a cigarette, have a cigarette.
All right. So organic doesn't necessarily make something higher end or more
It
appealing.
just
to
is
you.
different.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it makes it higher end,
Okay,
but we're not always eating chocolate higher end.
right.
And organic for chocolate is kind of silly because it defeats the purpose of eating healthy anyway. I mean, we're
Right.
obviously breaking the rules here,
Right.
so.
Okay.
Where's that green and black bar? I'm just curious now. Yeah, I'm curious.
John mentioned you're not always eating higher end. When are you eating higher end?
Not chocolate.
When are you, when are you eating higher end chocolate? Like when are you looking for
I
it?
stumble to like a specialty store and I see an interesting chocolate bar, maybe I buy it.
I like to cook, so if we're having a nice dinner
Okay.
afterwards, if it was a nice dinner with wine or whatever, I'm not gonna go for the Hershey's Kisses.
Okay.
See, this is interesting. I didn't know there was such a thing as organic vanilla extract.
Hmm.
I knew there was organic raw cane sugar and cocoa butter, but I didn't know there was organic vanilla extract.
What about other people? When do you want to eat a higher end chocolate? And we'll talk a little bit about
Special
what.
After dinner.
occasion, like
After
you
dinner?
said, yeah.
Location?
Special occasion.
Special
Special
occasion.
occasion.
Right.
All right. All right, who did I not get to? Dave, did I do you?
No,
Right.
I grouped it like, sort of like the premium chocolates, but like I call them after dinner chocolates.
Okay.
Like 1, 47, 49, 15, 4, 17, 21, 46.
Okay.
And then snacks, which were like kind of the individual squares,
Okay.
6 and 29. And then I grouped one with people, like the minis, I guess with people, eat them with people like at the office.
Okay, so like the kind of the area
The
you have share.
bags, yeah, the share, 22, 23, 38, 41, 36, and 7.
Okay.
And then any time, which were like mainly milk chocolates, 37, 52, 50, 48, and 10. And then not often,
Okay.
which I just don't eat, the 43, 45, 31, 25, which doesn't mean like if they were in a bowl somewhere,
Right.
I would not eat them, but I wouldn't buy them, I wouldn't necessarily run out and buy them.
Okay. So explain to me a little bit how you distinguished between snacks, which you sort of said tend to be individual
Mhm.
squares, and the shareable / with people.
Well, the snacks, the way they were packaged individually. So if
Okay.
you went to like a magazine store or something, and they had them out.